Good morning, ladies. How are you doing this Monday morning? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Hello Monday. Of course, this is a place where we come together to be motivated every Monday morning. Time of inspiration and teaching. Thank you for being a part of our community. Also, if you have not subscribed and you're watching from the LPCC Woven page, go ahead over to the YouTube page and go ahead and subscribe to that. Love to have you a part of that as well. Well, we are getting ready to get started. We're not going to be very long this morning. We are going to get started. I see Deborah Sanchez have joined us. Good morning, Jesus girls. Yeah, good morning to you, back at you. Thank you for joining us on today. We're getting ready to get started. And so, as I said, we won't be with you too long today. But I'm glad to have you all, those that are going to be listening live and those that's going to come back on the replay. I see Ruby have joined us. Good morning to you. Adrian have joined us. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you guys for joining us. How was your weekend? I hope you guys had a blessed weekend. I know I had a full weekend. I ministered on Saturday um, in Valencia. And so it has been a busy week. All right. Good morning, Miss Geraldine. Thank you for joining us. Rita has joined us as well. Victoria is in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being in our community. Yes, Hello Monday community where we come together every Monday morning, discuss, I motivate you. We many times have a time of confession, declaration, and I thank you for joining me on today. Well, we're going to get started. As I mentioned, if you have not had the opportunity to subscribe to Linda G. Hodge on YouTube. Go ahead and do that. That's where all of the videos are housed. Everything that I've done ever since I've been doing this, everything is housed there. You could go back and look at many other the videos that I shared. All right. Well, I look like it is 33 after, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to be talking about healing insecurity and unworthiness. Healing insecurity and unworthiness. So, I want you to visualize yourself laying down the weights of insecurity and unworthiness that has blocked you. Just kind of visualize yourself, these weights that you may have been carrying on for many years. It could have been last week. It may be today. Visualize some of the ways of insecurity or unworthiness that have actually blocked you. I want you to see yourself dancing free with your heart open. Imagine yourself standing in the truth that you are worthy of love from yourself and others. Acknowledge where the insecurity and sense of unworthiness came from, because it always comes from somewhere. We are just not born with this sense of unworthiness and insecurity. It usually comes from somewhere. So I want you to acknowledge possibly where the insecurity and sense of unworthiness came from, because often it emerges from early critical voices that shamed you. They told you that you were not smart enough, cute enough, talented enough, or good enough. The voices may have been peers, they may have been relatives, they may have been teachers, or even strangers. That critical voice within didn't start with you. And so as you got older, you may have experienced being rejected or mistreated at school, at work, or in social settings. Now, some people decided you was trying to be too much, uh, you know, and they just thought that, that you were just too muchy, and they just decided that you was going to be an enemy of them. And they began to, how it was in school, people started talking about you, and all of that. And so those things just kind of grow up with us, and it kind of causes us to feel a certain type, some type of way. Now, even if you're not even in their presence, they may say negative things to yourself about your looks, your intelligence, your worthlessness. And so there are different, areas of self-esteem that can be affected. Many times people don't feel good, intelligently, intellectually. They may be insecure about their appearance. They may feel good about certain talents and abilities, but feel insecure socially. Some of us are quick to say that we love ourselves, but when it comes to relationships and love, we have a lot of self-doubt and insecurity. And so you may question if you're worthy of love because you never experienced it. So it's essential to build your confidence and ability to celebrate and validate yourself so you don't go into the world desperate for affirmation. And I'm sure we grown folks on here, and so we've been in various relationships. And so sometimes we have entered into certain relationships from either not knowing what to do or choosing unwisely, just making bad choices and bad decisions. We're talking about self-criticism and unworthiness. So when self-criticism is your soundtrack, you will sabotage the possibility that love will flow in your direction. I'll say that again. When self-criticism is your soundtrack, I mean, you're hearing it over and over again, you will sabotage the possibility that love will ever flow in your direction. So healing insecurity requires resting within the peace and truth of who you are. Yes, it can be scary to risk being yourself, knowing that some people will reject you, but the first person who needs to choose you is you. That's an important thing. That's so important. The first person who needs to choose you is you. So you have to choose yourself and let everything flow from there. I've got to love myself. I cannot expect love if I do not give myself love. So instead of believing that someone else's existence disqualifies you from love, shift into knowing that both of you are worthy. You're worthy and I am worthy. So don't make other people your thermometer. Instead, pay attention to the voice within you, the Holy Spirit, that will let you know how you feel in a relationship or a friendship. So what we've got to do is we got to shift our focus. We got to shift our focus. It's so important. And so insecurity is fed by focusing on our weaknesses. All righty. Let's see here. Okay. Turn the voice, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. So you got to shift your focus. So insecurity is fed by focusing on your weaknesses, your mistakes, and your lowest moments. So you got to consider which aspect of your life you focus your time and energy on. What is the thing? What aspect of my life do I focus my time and my energy on? So many times we got to shift our focus. So go in there and just type in on the comment section, shift your focus. So sometimes we get depressed. When we are depressed, despairing, or insecure, our mind tend to hone in on that negative. And so this creates a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy, kind of like you are telling yourself about yourself. You are worthy of a new story. You got to know that you and we are worthy of a brand new story. So for love to flow to yourself and others, you need a story that affirms your worthiness of love. And so I invite you to consider the things you appreciate about yourself. What are the things that you appreciate about yourself? If you want to go ahead and type it in the comment section, go ahead and do that. Type in one or two things that you appreciate about yourself. It could be your strength. It could be your personal positive qualities. It could be about your growth areas. What are some of the things that you appreciate about yourself? And reflect on times you have been loving, you've been kind, you've been thoughtful, and you have been caring. Insecurities make you highlight your shortcomings and ignore your strength. I'll say that again. Insecurity makes you highlight your shortcomings and ignore your strength. So you have to stop overgeneralizing. There is more to you than your mistakes. Someone type in the section, in the comment section, there is more to me than my mistakes. And the enemy will try to get you to focus so much, on your mistakes, and you will totally forget and minimize your strength. And so you got to start telling yourself the full truth, the full truth. I'm more than my mistakes. I'm more than my attitude. I am more than these negative things that I see standing out in my life. And then you got to forgive and free yourself so you can be your own friend, be your own beloved. So security comes in part from a grounding in self-love. That's where security comes from. It comes from a grounding in your self-love towards you. So you're not waiting for someone to give you the security or the validation, or you're not looking for that. I don't need to be validated by you. It's nice to be validated, but I do not exist getting your validation. My validation first comes from you, and I expect, and I expect, if you say you're my friend, I expect if you say that you love me, that you are going to validate me. So let others encounter you as someone who really loves and likes you. In a way that shows up every time you're with them. You show up with how you love yourself, and so you are not dehydrated, holding a hose, but waiting for someone else to give you water. No, I thank you for the water. I thank you for the sprinkle of water, but I am not just waiting for you to sprinkle some water on me. I do not live in a hydrated state where I'm waiting for someone to water my garden. I water my own garden. And so I am not waiting for you to validate me, because I am well watered by myself, because I love myself. So what do you think disqualifies you from love? What do you think disqualifies you from love? Challenge the lie of that unworthiness. Do not blame your appearance, your income, your mental illness, your past unhealthy relationships. What would shift in you and around you if you believed you are worthy of love? You're just worthy of it. You're worthy of everything just like you are. You're not having to audition for anything, but you are worthy of love just the way you are. You are not beyond the reach of love. It all starts with love of yourself and love of God, whatever that means to you. So you've got to give yourself grace and freedom to love yourself. You got to give yourself freedom to try. Love is worth the risk. Love is worth the risk. You are worth the risk. Authentic love for yourself can guide you, and when it is balanced by truth, you will not operate out of arrogance. So grounded love with humility is healthy, whether you are in or out of a relationship. It seems like I'm talking to the singles lady today. So whatever your age is, I want you to know that love is still possible. And so the question, can you allow yourself to consider that perhaps you didn't miss it? That you're not too late, that love is just not for the 20s or the 30s. Love is just not, though, for those who are entering into their first marriage or second marriage. So with all the detours and disappointments, love can still be your destination. So you've got to trust the present moment. Show up for yourself with love. You are full of wisdom and lessons learned. You still have so much to give and so much you have never received. So I want you to know that when people dishonor or disrespect you, it is a reflective of their state of mind, not yours. You are worthy of love, even if you have never been made to feel like it. Finally, I invite you to affirm that you will not let insecurity sabotage your relationship. What does that mean? It means you don't have to be reactive, defensive, or combative. You don't have to contort yourself, beg, plead, or convince someone that you are worthy of love. You can be settled within yourself, and from that grounded place, receive those, who are for you, and release those who do not value or appreciate or love you. So, I've got a activation exercise for your homework on today. So this it is. This is what it is. Complete the following sentences. Okay. Number one, I release the lie that fill in the blank. I confirm that whatever it is, put that in there. And so that is an activation exercise. So I want you to do that this week. Another one that you can do too is my heart is healing, is growing, and what else? And so I shift from being frantic to fill in the blank as I uh, surely and securely embrace my next. All right, ladies, that is it for today. Today will seem to be like, gosh, it was about self-worthiness and dealing with all of that, but it's healing insecurity and unworthiness. But it probably spoke a lot to you as well for the single woman. So let's do our affirmation. Let's finish with our affirmation of today. If this aligns with you, place your hand on your forehead or on your chest and declare, I will not neglect myself. I will love others while still loving myself. I reclaim me. I am worthy of rest, healing, and peace. Taking care of myself is not selfish, it is essential. Each moment I choose myself, I grow stronger, I grow healthier and more whole. I honor my feelings without judgment. Every emotion I experience is valid and helps me to grow. It's safe for me to feel deeply. I allow myself space to process and heal. Girl, you got this. I release what no longer serves me and welcome peace into my heart. I am in control of how I respond, and I choose compassion for myself and others. Each day, I become more emotionally grounded, balanced, and free. I trust that God is working all things together for my good, even when I cannot see it. God's plan for me are greater than my fears. I rest in his promises. I walk by faith and not by sight. Even in uncertainty, I am anchored by God's unchanging love. God is my refuge and strength. I will not be shaken. All right. Once again, you got this. All right, ladies. Well, that is it for today. Thank you for joining me. All right. Deborah Sanders says love is worth the risk. Yes, it is. All right. All right. All right. All right. Miss Georgine said this is great. All right. Rita said, I love this. All right, all right. I love people. Rita says, I am more than my mistakes. Ruby says, my past mistakes is my testimony to help someone else become free. All right. Victoria says, there are more to me than my mistakes. All right. Geraldine says, forgive yourself. Adrian, there is more to me than my mistakes. All right. Y'all was typing it in. All right. All right. All right. Deborah says loyalty, integrity, accountability. All right. Ruby says, I am free from my past. Rita, shift your focus. Thank you guys for typing in those comments for me this morning. All right. Rita says, I just got out of the hospital yesterday. Oh, my Lord, Rita, it's so good to have you with us today. I trust you're feeling better and the hand of God is upon your body, bringing healing and restoration to your body in Jesus' mighty name. All right, all right. She lives. Blessed Monday. God is good all the time. Yes, he is. All right, all right. Geraldine says, I receive it all in Jesus' name. All right, ladies. Today was all about about healing insecurity and unworthiness. We talked about relationships for those that are looking for relationships, or it could be just relationships, period, that you're having with other people. It could be past relationships. We talked about, because all of these things are things that really block us and weigh us down, because that's what insecurity and unworthiness is. They come to block us. And so we talked about, feeling free to dance with our heart open and imagining that God is causing us to emerge from these early critical voices that shamed us. So once again, this has been Hello Monday. Thank you guys for joining me on today. We'll be back here. Be back here on next week. Rita says, I love being here. We love having you, Miss Rita. You take care of yourself. Ladies, I'll see you on next week. Don't forget, you are worthy of love and you are worthy of everything, every single thing that God has for you. You guys go have a good week, and I'll see you on next week. Bye-bye.